Hi everyone, this is That Brown Bitch and I'm your host Nalani Selva Singham. Today I'm going to be talking about something that happened to me about a month and a half ago. And yeah, we're past Christmas and past Boxing Day and we're almost into New Year's, and I'm talking about something that happened to me on Halloween Day. Okay, on Halloween Day. I wrote down the notes for this episode probably about a week or 2 weeks afterwards. It took me a while to kind of process what had happened, how I feel about it, and it took a while. But I wrote it down, and I just didn't get around to recording it. So here I am talking about something that happened a while back, but hopefully it won't lose its value just because it's been so long, and I'm kind of over it now. How I was feeling at that time, it was very I was just very angry. I was very upset, and hopefully just reliving it now is not going to make those feelings come back. But I think I'm gonna be okay. All right, so I've talked about Dollarama before, how I love going to Dollarama, especially for little knickknacks around the house. I feel like go to Dollarama first. If you can't find it there, then go to Walmart. And if you can't find it first, then maybe then go to like something more expensive or a more expensive store. But so I go to Dollarama all the time. And on Halloween, so we didn't buy candy ahead of time. There were times I saw the boxes and I'm like, oh, might get like, cheaper before Halloween. So we'll just wait it out. And the thing with the boxes that have like 4 different kinds or 3 different kinds of chocolates, the issue with that is there's always one thing that no one wants. Like Smarties, I'll eat it if it's there, and it's the only thing available. But no one really wants Smarties. Like, how often do you just buy a box of Smarties? No one does that. Nobody. Okay, nobody. Twizzler, no. Why are we doing this? Like, stop putting it in there. There's always that 4th item, that's just like, no one wants this crap. So on Halloween, I went to the Dollarama. I'm such a fool. Went to Dollarama and I started just picking packets of chocolates that I enjoy, like these are all fire chocolates, this combination of chocolates is going to be amazing. There's going to be nothing in here that a kid's going to get and be like, why is this here? What do I do with this crap? None of the chocolates are going to be like that. So I went to Dollarama and it ended up getting so many chocolates. And I went to the cashier and she rang me up, she's scanning, the amount is going higher and higher, and I'm like, all right. And it came out to $70. So $70.30. All right. And I had cash on me. I had $100 bill on me. And I hate when I have higher bills. I mean, I rarely do, but like I just don't like having it. Like, I feel like whenever I'm using it, I'm getting, like, people are just looking at me odd. But I'm at Dollarama and I'm buying $70 worth of chocolate. All right, $70. Who does that? Me. I do that. So $70 worth of chocolate. I give her the $100 bill. So there's 2 cashiers, okay? Both of them were brown, and they were maybe there was like one cashier, one cash register in between both of them. So there was a little bit separated because of COVID, social distancing, blah, blah, blah. And there's just the 2 cashiers, and I pass her the $100 bill, and then I'm searching through my wallet to see if I can make 30 cents. So that she only has to give me $30 back. All right. I'm looking through my wallet, and when I'm doing that, she's not really doing anything. She's just standing there with the $100 bill and kind of looking uncomfortable. And it wasn't really registering what was happening, but I'm just searching for change. And then she's saying something to the cashier next to her, like, oh, I have to get this checked or something, that's fine. I've worked in retail before. I worked at Wendy's. I worked at Best Buy. Where else have I worked? Home Depot. 3 years of my life at Home Depot. I totally understand. It's hard to tell. So fine, yeah, call a manager, like have them check the bill. Like I have no issue. So I'm not saying anything. I'm just counting. I'm still looking for the damn 30 cents. Okay. I'm still looking for the damn 30 cents. And then she asks me, she said that, so I thought, okay, she's gonna call a manager or something, and but she's not making any moves to that. She's not picking up any phone. She's not, the PA system. She's not doing nothing. Or doing anything. She's not doing anything. She's just standing there, and then she goes, I don't have change for this. So I said, you don't have change? I mean, I'm buying $70 worth of chocolate. I have $70 worth. Like, it's just 30. I said, you don't have $30. You don't have $30? Like, I wasn't even being rude. I'm not a rude person. I wasn't even being rude. I was just confused by what she was saying. So when she said that, I said, you don't have $30? That was my tone, guys. That was my tone. You don't have $30? And she's like, I don't know what she's saying. And then, so that was the only thing that came out of my mouth after passing her that $100 bill. You don't have $30. And at that moment, there was a customer that was being dealt with next to me, okay? She was white. And she said, and when she said it, I didn't really understand what she was saying. Because at that time, again, still looking for my friggin' 30 cents, okay? Still looking for my 30 cents to make things easier for this girl, okay? So I'm still looking, and she said something, and she turned and walked away. And when she was walking away, that's when I registered what she said, okay? This other customer that was there, she said, if she's pushing so hard, it's probably a fake. That's what she said. Okay, I was wrong, okay? I was wrong. I didn't think this was going to get me pissed off, but man. And the worst part is she just walked away. You don't just throw a fucking grenade and walk away like that, bitch. You do not. You do not. Okay? And for like the next few days, I could not wrap my head around what had happened. So you basically just said that I'm using a fake $100 bill. You don't even know me. This has nothing to do with you. I was not being rude to the staff there. I am not rude to people that work in customer service, people that work in retail stores. I am not rude. I am not rude. The only thing I said was, you don't have $30. And then I went back to looking for the change because like she said to me made no sense. You want to call a manager to come and check the bill? Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. You want to use a marker and, draw, color it to see, I don't know if it changes color, doesn't change color, whatever, however you want to check this bill, check it. Hold it up to the damn light. See if you see that little image you're supposed to see. Do whatever you need to do. If she told me, we don't accept $100 bills. Some stores don't. And I can appreciate that. I can respect that. That is fine with me. If she said we can't take the $100 bill, we don't accept $100 bills, or it's just too big. If she said something like that, I would have taken it back and gladly paid with my debit card. Gladly. Okay? But she didn't say that. She was standing around just stalling, I don't know what she was doing. And she made a comment to the other. And when this girl said that and walked away, they both laughed. They laughed. Now, to the two girls that were working there, they were probably just here a few years. They had accents. So I'm not even gonna. They probably didn't understand what she said, but it's just kind of like a, sometimes you laugh when you don't really understand what the other person is saying because you figured they probably said something to be funny or humorous. Okay, so them laughing, it was just like, okay, whatever. But this bitch, the bitch that dropped that grenade and walked away, bitch, I will buy you. I will buy you. And I don't know what probably a mid-20s, late 20s, white, 5 foot nothing, scrawny ass bitch is worth nowadays. I do not know, but I will buy you. Okay? Maybe you don't roll with $100 bills, but I do. Actually, no, I don't. That was a one time. It was a one time I had $100 bill, and this is the shit that happens. I will never try to pay with $100 bill again. Especially, man, I'm buying $70 worth of chocolate. You know when you know it's fake? When they come and buy a 80-cent chocolate bar and they try to pay you with a $100 bill. Red flags, red flags, red flags. All right, red flags. I wasn't doing that. I would drag a bitch. No, I wouldn't. Why wouldn't I? Because I have stuff to lose. That girl that said that comment and walked away, she has nothing to lose. You don't. When you're going to say something like that, you have nothing to lose. Nothing. I have everything to lose. So no, I'm not going to try and fight you. But I would have fucking kicked your ass. I would have kicked your ass. If I had nothing to lose. But I got something. You got lucky. You got lucky. But honestly, what I should have done is I should have Nikola Jokic her ass. That's exactly what I should have done. Okay? And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you don't watch basketball, you don't know who Nikola Jokic is, maybe Google it. Google it. So one of the Moores twins, Markeith and Marcus, or I don't know if it's Marcus is the second one. I really don't know which one did it, and I don't know what the second twin's name is. But for whatever, I don't like them. I don't like the vibe from them. I'm just not a fan of theirs. All right. So one of them, for no reason, like unnecessarily went and banged into Jokic after I think the play was dead already. Okay, it may have been dead already. Like it was just like it was like very intentional. Like they just rammed into him. All right, and started walking away. That's the thing. Okay, that's the thing that will set people off. He just walks away like nothing happened. Nothing happened. So what Nikola Jokic did, he went and popped his ass. Right? Pop. Hard. He was in pain. I think I don't know if he got carried off the court, but he deserved it. He deserved it. You don't walk away. You don't do that shit and just walk away like nothing happened. Should have Nikola Jokic her ass. Fuck. Anyway, so when I think of these moments that are uncomfortable, that are awkward, that are frustrating, that piss me off, like I always think, especially in social settings, it's not just me by myself. No, it's involving other people in public. And I always think of like, how could I have reacted? And this is obviously after the fact, because in the moment I don't do shit. I mean, I can't. Like I'm in my mid-30s. Like what am I gonna do? You know, like I'm not gonna, maybe I'll say something if it's like really out of control, but I mean, nothing is gonna escalate beyond that, right? We should be able to talk out any sort of issue, any sort of problem. But when I remember these moments and I just like go over it like in my mind, like over and over and over again, there's always 3 different things that I imagine. All right. And one of them is, let's say if the uncomfortable situation is with the Tamil person. All right. Maybe a Tamil uncle. We've all had those, no? I had an incident when I went to BMO recently. And so, you know, you go to the banks now, they have squares, they have circles on the floor. Like this is where you should be standing. This is where the spot you should be standing. And I don't know why some people have such a big issue with standing on the spot. Just stand on the square, or at least a foot touch, just, or at least very close to it. I don't know if it's their way of like sticking it to the man and be like, no, I'm not going to stand here. I'm going to stand like 2-3 feet away so people don't really know am I in line or not in line. So I went to the bank, and there was a Tamil uncle, and he was the person in front of me. Like, he was already standing there, and then I went, then I'm standing on the spot, and then the person in front of him moved up, and I didn't know, like, if he was, because the circle or square or whatever they had at the bank was there, and he was standing about 2-3 feet away in front of a chair. So I don't know if he's just waiting for someone at the bank. Maybe someone he's waiting, like one of the reps, maybe he's waiting to talk to someone. I had no idea. So all I asked him was like, oh, are you in line? And he's like, yeah. Like, yeah. And of course I didn't say anything at the time. But afterwards, I thought about it, and I was like, so this is my first scenario. Awkward situation, or like frustrating situation, or whatever with that Tamil person. I imagine myself just cussing them out in Tamil, because they may not know I'm Tamil because I have my mask on, but I know that, you can tell. I know you're Tamil, and you may not think, even if you knew I was Tamil, you may not think I would use Tamil bad words. I know some. Okay, I know some. It might not make any sense what I say, because one is Tamil bad words, and like, how often do I really use that in complete sentences? And then two, I'm angry, and like, even when I speak English, I sometimes rarely make sense in English. Okay, so both of those. Okay, but I will, like, just me cussing them out in Tamil and them being like, shit, I messed with the wrong chick today. My second thing is, if they're not Tamil and someone's just getting out of hand, okay, and I say something. So we're in a store, okay, I'm trying to paint you a picture here. This happened, actually, like, something similar happened, which is just coming to mind. We were at Shoppers, and there was a lineup, but then there was like kind of a break, because it's like there was an aisle. There's only one line, okay, one long ass line, and there was kind of a break because there's an aisle, so people weren't standing in that spot from the last person to where the aisle starts, right? So there was like a little gap, and a lady came, and she didn't realize that the line continued in the aisle. She didn't realize that, so she came and stood there, and then there was a guy that was like, he was like 7 feet tall. Okay, this huge guy. And she's like a small lady, like, and and like, she was like, I think she was like Muslim. It was this huge 7-foot white guy. And he's just like, he said it so, he could have just been like, excuse me, like, the line is here. That's all you had to say, okay? So instead of just saying that, he was so rude. And then she's like, oh, and then she was like, oh, the line is there. Okay. And then he was like, yeah, like don't try to act like you didn't know, it was just so rude to her. And then I was just like, I should have just been like, okay, just chill, bro, just chill, like, what, like, there's no need to be so rude, like, what is it? He was like double her height. He was like this huge person. And I was just like, oh, I should have said something. But then what would happen if I said something? We get into a little argument inside Shoppers. He's not happy that I called him out. And then we go outside, and then he comes to attack me. But then, this is the second situation, where in this situation, like, I know mixed martial arts. So he's not expecting that. So he comes, and he gets aggressive, and I fucking kick his ass. That's the second situation. And I've been watching a lot of UFC, okay? This is all a COVID thing, because I never used to watch UFC before that. But now it's just like, oh, when's fight night? You know, what's happening? Are we watching together? Where are we watching it? What are we having for food? It's like a thing now. It's a thing. But that's my second thing, is that I know mixed martial arts. Okay, I'm very proficient in mixed martial arts. Okay, MMA. So that's the second thing. The third thing is, let's say I come across somebody and they're doing something they shouldn't be doing. All right? They litter. That's my biggest pet peeve. Why are you just throwing garbage on the floor? Like, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Litter or anything that they shouldn't be doing. And then I say something. I'm like, excuse me, pick up that garbage. Pick it up right now and throw it out. What are you doing? Pick it up. I say something. It's our environment. It's our environment. Take care of it. Goddamn. So I tell them, but instead of just doing it because, because then they might think they're going to look like a bitch. So instead of doing it, they mouth off to me. They talk back to me. But then here, third situation. Okay, third scenario. First one, I cuss them out in Tamil. Second one, I know MMA. Third one, I open my jacket and my badge is there. So I'm a cop. And they don't know I'm a cop. That's my third situation. So I do this and I say, you want to keep talking? You want to keep talking? That's my third thing. So that's what it is. In my fantasy scenarios that I create in my mind, one of those three things will be true. And I will be able to exercise one of those options. I would cuss them out. I would kung fu their ass. Or I'll pull the cop card. Badge. You want to keep talking? I love that. I love that. I love that. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening to me rant and rave about my Dollarama dust up. It's been a long time coming and I thought I was over it, but now talking about it again, it's got me riled up and I'll be fine. I'll be fine. It's not as bad because I know during that time, like the few days afterwards, it was just like this uneasy feeling. It's just like I was restless. And I was so upset. And especially because I hadn't said anything. But the main reason I hadn't said anything because it didn't really register what she said. I didn't really register it because I wouldn't, mind your own business, girl. If I was making a scene and I was being rude and you stepped in to say something, fine. But it was not like that. It was not like that. It just mind your business. Mind your business. And to say something like that about someone you don't even know. About someone you don't even know. And to walk away like, oh man, that hurt. But if you guys have any situations like that, any stories like that where, I don't know, someone just judged you based off of how you look and just got involved in something that they shouldn't have and said something and that just aggravated you and pissed you off and I don't know, hit me up. Let me know. All right. Thank you so much for listening. Have a happy holidays, everybody. And I am working on another episode that will be hopefully released soon as well, before the new year. And then we have a big surprise coming next year. So I really hope you guys will all tune in, keep listening, keep supporting, like, share, subscribe. I really appreciate all of you, and thanks for bearing with me for the last, I think, 6 months where I haven't been putting out stuff consistently. It's been a little rough, but I am still working on it, and hopefully I'll get to a point where you can count on that episode every Sunday. All right, love you guys. Grateful, thankful, blessed. Peace.